Hello class, today we're going to represent the geography of the state of California. Let me introduce my partner.
My name is Arnel Zapata.
My name is Mauricio Mendoza.
Neymar. And my name is Pedro Bautista. Hello class, welcome to California. If you can see in our slide, we have different pictures. We have the Golden Gate Bridge of San Francisco. We also have our coastlines, which is here in California. And we also have our maps of California.
As you can see here, Yosemite National Park is present, and there are also beautiful beaches in San Diego, as well as famous cities in LA such as Hollywood.
As my partner just mentioned, LA is the second largest city of the United States, which is a 45-minute drive to Disneyland if there's no traffic, as well as Death Valley, which is the lowest sea level part in California, the world. And today we're going to talk about the four important parts of geography of California, which is physical, cultural, environmental, and economics.
Geography of California. There are three main areas, and that includes mountains, interior valleys, and higher mountain ranges. Also, strike-slip faults are present along the coast of California. San Andreas Fault is an example of this, which is a tectonic boundary between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. The coast ranges are located in the rocky cliffs along the northern California coast to the sandy beaches in the south. It's about 2,000 to 4,000 feet high, and it's also where you can find the world's largest redwood trees, which could go up to 300 feet, and they're about 1,000 to 2,000 years old. Moving on to the valleys, the Napa Livermore is located north of San Francisco. The Silicon Valley is south of San Francisco. The Salinas Valley is located southeast of San Jose. And lastly, the Central Valley is at the center of California. It is also where the most productive agricultural complex in North America. This is where you can find Lake Oroville Dam, which is the highest human-made dam in the U.S. for irrigation and electricity. Moving on to the Sierra Nevada, it is located east of the Central Valley. It is mostly undeveloped. It's about 12,000 to 4,000 feet high. Finally, we have the subduction of the Juan de Fuca Plate, which is where under the North American Plate and represents the southernmost extension of the Cascade Range. It also creates the large isolated volcanoes along the western flank of the Sierra Nevada near their northern end.
Hello class, I'm going to talk about the cultural geography of California. To those who are not aware of cultural geography is the cultural product and norms that relates to spaces and places that can be seen in language, religion, economy, and government. California is a big area that contains 36.9 million people, which 94% of them live in urban areas. Because California's geographic location, it contains a lot of ethnic and racial backgrounds, such as white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and Native Americans. As you look at the map of California, all the major cities are located in the central and southern coast. The reason why is because the automobile industry played a big role in the development of the cities. For example, you see the photo of San Diego and San Francisco. They created transportation to be more accessible for the public use. California is the third largest state in the United States, behind Texas and Alaska. Because of this large territory, it contains separate regions and their own cultural input. Due to the media, many people believe that Southern California is Los Angeles. In reality, it is not. Southern California is from Santa Barbara to the Mexican border, which 20,036,000 people live in Southern California, mostly in Los Angeles. The reason why Los Angeles is the second largest city in the United States is because of urban immigration, where a lot of migrants around the world settle in that city. As you can tell, Compton, city of Downey, East Los Angeles, and Long Beach. And also it created Ethel Burns, not in Los Angeles, but also in Orange County and San Diego. As you look at the photos, many Mexicans in San Diego live in Barrio Logan, and African Americans live in Encano, or aka Southeast San Diego. Northern California is different from Southern California, and the residents of Northern California believe that they should have their own separate state and form the state of Jefferson, which is from Southern Oregon to Northern Cali. San Francisco was the first major city in California ever since the discovery of gold in 1848. And the reason why is not because of gold, because San Francisco has a accessible location like the Central Valley, the Sierra Foothills, the coastal valleys, the redwood that which the city used to grow its settlement. And also not San Francisco, but the Silicon Valley, where the wealthy with industries such as computers and high access. Sorry about that, folks. And high accessible technologies are being used, and also it's cheaper for residents to go. It's cheaper for housing, which is a lot of people go there to live. The Central Valley. The Central Valley is really important for California because the wealth of California comes from agriculture, especially in the Silicon Valley. And also, the state capital, Sacramento, is located in that region as well. And many migrant workers, such as Mexicans and Filipinos, go there and help out the agriculture industries. Yeah.
Environmental geography. Here in California, we suffer of water crisis and oil spills. Let's start first with California water crisis. Once aquifers is depleted, the state will have no backup supplies to surface water. A large aquifer under the Central Valley is being rapidly depleted to make up a shortfall in surface water supply. Second one, and it's a big problem also here in California, is in oil spills. Here in California has been the site of several large oil spills. For example, in November 26, 2007, over 1,000 birds were found dead after collection due of the Costco Boozin oil spills in San Francisco Bay. Moving forward to our second slide, which is the environmental geography. If you see on the slides, we have two topics to talk about, which is climate change and fracking in California. Let's start with climate change. Climate change is also expected to result in more variable weather patterns throughout California. More variability can lead a longer and more severe droughts. Our sea level will continue to rise, threatening the sustainability of the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, the heart of California water supply system and the source of water for 25 million Californians and millions of acres of prime farmland. Now our second topic is fracking in California. I believe fracking in California has been a really big issue, and it's really important as well. Fracking has been documented in 10 California countries. Almost about 25% of the fracking chemical could cause cancer, according to the scientists with the Endocrine Disruption Exchange. Fracking water can also enter our air when the water is dumped into waste pits and then evaporates, which it could affect our health. The California Air Resources Board scores many of the state oil fields is approximately in carbons, as oil from the infamous Alberta Terra sands.
Hi guys, my name is Naima. I will be talking about primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors of the economy. Let's begin with the important definitions. An economic system is the way a nation or society uses its resources to meet its people's needs and wants. As you might imagine, there are many types of resources. For example, natural resources are the things that come from the earth and have economic value. If mixed with the technology, the natural resources can be transformed into goods. Primary. The primary sectors of economy involves the direct use of natural resources such as agriculture, forestry, fishing, and mining. In California, farmers play an important role in the primary sector. They specialize in fruits, vegetables, and other forest-intolerant crops. Central Valley is California's leading agricultural area. As a matter of fact, Fresno County is the leading agricultural county in the entire country. Secondary. The secondary sector involves secondary processing of raw materials. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor and the war in the Pacific led to the establishment of numerous military bases in California. Economy expanded even more with the growth of military installation and defense contractors between the 1940s and the 1960s. Tertiary. The tertiary sector of economy involves services sector. Many of these industries congregate in the areas between the southern shore of San Francisco Bay and the city of San Jose, known as Silicon Valley. But they are also found in many places in Southern California. Silicon Valley recent economic success has resulted in dramatic population and economic growth in Santa Clara County and cities of San Jose and Sunnyvale.
Well, folks, that'll be it about the geography of California. If you have any concerns or questions about California, you can go Google, spell geography of California, of physical, environmental, economic, and cultural. If you have any questions, just contact Danielle Richards. She is the teacher of Geography 321. And thank you.